Oh, hello. Welcome to Car Mechanic Simulator 2015. Just having a daydreamy stare out the window. Back to the computer. Rat-a-tat, rat-a-tat-tat. Yes, that's me typing. Alright, good. We got that out of the way. So, previously in Car Mechanic Simulator 2015, we has been... Oh yes, we've done up the Royal Crown now, look, with its nice pink colour. We probably add some more purple to this, don't we? So we've got a couple of cars to do up and sell. We've already got a Kieran and a Flamo. So, oh, it's almost the right colour. Look, maybe we should get rid of this. So it's time to do up and sell the Kieran. Alright, so there we are. Whoop, no, there. Yeah, kinda nice colour. Alright, so let's get it on the lifter, strip its bodywork. Let's check my inventory first to see if there's anything to get rid of. No, it's all slowly growing pile of stuff. I guess I should hang on to it. Alright, so let's take off all the bodywork and see if we can fix or destroy that. These are my choices. Rear bumper, no lights. Okay. So there we go. Oh, and the fender, of course. Alright, let's give that a hammer. And nothing goes wrong until the end, probably. Good grief, it all got fixed. I'm not sure I've had an experience at the repair table like that before. Oh, did I thought I had a bumper. Well, alright then. There we go. So, whoops, had a rear bumper. And no lights. But we had the doors. Oh, that door didn't fix, so maybe I didn't hear the braking. Or maybe it was too far gone to be fixed. I don't know. Anyway, good. So we'll get rid of that. And there we are. There we have it. A nice shiny outside on most of it. Of course, there's still the exterior rust that the recent update has given us, so we get rid of that at the end. Well, I have to do it at the end, but I'm going to with this repair body frame thing, which I believe you may need to also have 90% frame repair. I don't know, someone mentioned that on the forums, but so if you're not seeing this, it's because you don't have, perhaps because you don't have the 90% repair level activated. Alright. So, on with the usual procedure, strip it all down, do up as much as we can, purchase replacements for those we can't fix, put it all back together again, make it shiny, and sell it for vast quantities of moolah, as I think they refer to it now, moolah, yes. Since the apocalypse, we decided to call money moolah, because somebody annoying got into the I'm in charge seat first and decided to change the name of everything. That's what you do, isn't it? I'm bored of calling it money. Tuesdays are going to be frip fraps, and we're going to call crisps flish flobbings. We're going to... yeah, alright, enough of that. That person got removed from power pretty quickly. Has been watching too many post-apocalyptic TV shows, I think. The latest I just started watching called Into the Badlands. It's quite exciting. I've only seen the first episode and I was half asleep, but I really enjoyed what I remember of it. Good. Alright. You have to enjoy these apocalyptic shows, because often they don't get many series, because people don't really know what to do with an apocalypse. It's hard to keep it both interesting and apocalyptic, because people need drama and heart and warmth, and it can sometimes be a bit tricky to bring heart and warmth into the apocalypse. I mean, The Walking Dead manages it by just constantly having lots of ridiculous stuff happen, and people that you vaguely care about what happens to them because you've watched it for a couple of series. But most of the apocalyptic shows, I was going to say, I'm sure there's a spark plug here. Most of the apocalyptic shows that are on TV don't seem to get very long. Survivors remake, for instance, that was a real shame. And Z Nation, actually Z Nation's getting a third series. I suppose I vaguely consider things like Continuum to be post-apocalyptic, even actually that's much more accurately a sci-fi time travel thing, it's not really apocalyptic. There we go. Into the Badlands. Yes, it has a martial arts bent. Daniel Wu is involved. He's the lead and producer on that, so I assume he's a martial artist's kind of guy. He certainly looked like that kind of guy, which is cool. What am I doing now? Yeah, raise the car. Revolution was the last one I didn't quite finish watching, because the first series was quite good, but it kind of ended a bit annoyingly, and almost like they weren't sure they were getting a second series, which I guess is part of the issue with these things. You know, the writers want to finish the story, but also, you know, leave it open just in case they are given another series, and that can be a really tricky balance to do to the watcher's satisfaction. I mean, it's not very well the writer getting off on what's going on, but what? Oh yeah, I've got to take the link off. I always forget this fucking thing. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, so I think I watched the first episode of the second series of Revolution and never went back to it, which is a shame, because it was quite enjoyable in the first series, but with a ridiculous sci-fi sort of MacGuffin that, you know, sort of presence that the premise rested upon. Which I think could have been better, but you know, that's often the way, isn't it? I think it was called. I'm just having doubts whether it's actually called Revolution now. I'm fairly sure it was. Good. It's about all the power suddenly going out one day, and you know, and we sort of join the story sort of 15 years later or something, and it's kind of obvious to a degree with a bit of flashback that some of the key people have an important part to play, but it's not really revealed until much later on in the first series, at least. Yeah. And of course, there's Walking with Dead, which, like I mentioned earlier, has been going for quite a while. I think it's in its 6th or 7th series at the moment. I'm not sure. And although I do watch it, I've been watching it on one of the streaming services that I get, so I'm a series behind at the moment. It does take itself a little bit too seriously though, and it's a bit, you know, really. And that's I think one of the reasons I enjoyed Z Nation, or Z Nation, sorry, so much, is that just you know, tongue in the cheek, which is nice. Alright, so I've nearly got all the engine-y bits off. Let's get the exhaust. I'll take this drive shaft off whilst we're here. There we go. Lovely jubbly. So might as well do the rear end whilst we're here. Whoop. Call the police. Alright. Yes. So yeah, apocalyptic shows. I think it maybe ties into my enjoyment of seeing humanity failing to exist. Something about that. I've always quite enjoyed the idea of these sort of apocalyptic scenarios. You know, lots of the people die, or something horrific happens to the world, or. And it's not that I'm particularly looking forward to dealing with this situation myself, because most of my friends know that I'd just keel over and die at the first opportunity in these situations. I'm not really a fighter in any sense of the word, so, you know, whatever. I'd be interested in seeing what happened, but not particularly in surviving. But yeah, anyway, so apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic, that kind of thing. Always good fun. Well, harrowing usually, but, you know, I find them enjoyable to watch. Makes me sound more and more like a psychopath. Whoa! Yeah, that's right. He just seemed like such a nice boy. He just fixed cars on his little videos, and was very quiet, and everyone thought he was really nice. Yeah. Right. So I've almost got the rear out, and then it's time to yo-yo the engine at the front and get all those bits out. Oh, we'll still at the front. Look. Hey, it's exciting the way it works. So let's get the oil buddy. Where is he? Where he always is. Silly question. And let's drain us some oil. So, bloop, bloop, bloop. Quite a bit in there. Alright, get you out of the way, little oil drain guy. That's right, you can speak to him like he's a friend. Apparently. Alright, so there's the oil pan, and then we can get rid of the bearing caps. The bearing caps, apparently. Bearing caps. Alright, there we go. Take off the oil filter also here. Oh, and the other thing we can take off also here is the gearbox. We'll need to get rid of that. Starter motor. Oh, bollocks. Accessible from engine bay, alright. Up and down it goes. Down and up. So let's get that starter motor off. I just can't see it. Look, it just blends in with all the brown. And now we can take out the pistons. Lovely. And then we can work on the gearbox and take the crankshaft out, etc. Looks weird without any reflection or shadow, doesn't it? Just kind of popped there. Everything else kind of has some sort of presence. Over a bearing shadow from this, of course, the big hole where the engine should be. So now I don't want to install anything. Let's take the crankshaft out. Oh no, we can't do that yet for reasons I was outlawing. Oh, good. Let's do some more of this talking. Right. And the pressure plate and the plate and the flywheel. And now we can take out the crankshaft. And then we can work out where the button is. Button moon. And then we can remove the engine block, so that's all done. Right, let's go and fix what we can fix. Lots of breakages, as expected. Shift-click your way through the entire contents of a vehicle. Well, not all of them. Not all of them can be fixed. Things like pistons and air filters, such like. Okay, well, a lot of that broke, but there we are. And the throttle right at the end. So, okay, and the other thing I need to remember to do, as always, is sell the junk, and then sell the stuff I don't want anymore. I'm just going to sell and replace, wouldn't it? That'd be a nice feature of that. Sell and replace. And then all I'd have to do is shift click all this, or click with the appropriate thing, and then I'd have all the parts I needed. Crikey. It's like an exciting dream. So, engine block for an i4. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Any of these other items? Good. An alternator? Nope. Not the water pump. Yeah, got a water pump. But not the alternator, so let's buy an alternator. Good. Oh, it's remembered, look. Alternator, your battery in there, filter. Okay. Battery, right, air filter base, nice new air filter cover, no. So I have to buy an air filter cover, and one or more clips, probably. 1, 2, no, got them all, man. All the clips. There we go, that's all that. Radiator, yes. Radiator fan, no. I do come back to that, actually we might forget it, let's do it now. Rad. It's rad, dude. Radiator fan, goes in there, right. Okie dokie. The brake servo, what about the brake? No, we don't have the filter, what about the brake? ABS pump, what about the module? No, okay, we'll do that now as well, so I might forget. Module. Okay. Screw that puppy in. A new pop, come on. There we go. Right. Start on the suspension. I'm putting in the bottom parts of the engine. Boop. Nope. Boop. There we go. Alright, so one crankshaft. Good. What about these crankshaft bearing caps? Yes. Alright. Got all of them. There we go, crankshaft won't fall out on our heads at least. We don't have this though, so that was a front suspension crossmember short. Crossmember. Short. Front, there, that one. Jolly good. What about these weedy bits? Yeah, Yes, a knuckle and a front wheel hub, one of those. Alright, lower suspension bit, got that. Yeah, oh, reach around for the nut. And so it begins. Rubber bushing, need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Can't remember if we need any more at the back end, don't think so. Oh, actually we will, we need 2 more for the back end. Steering rack, oh that's nice. No exhaust, right. No, tyre rods, what about this sway bar? I don't think that ever gets fixed, no. So, oh, do you want to come out twice? What are we looking for again? Oh yeah, sway bar and tie rods. So, sway bar. We'll probably need, oh we don't need which ones we need. And tie, not tyre, tie. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so we've got the sway bar. Got the tie rods. What about this upper suspension arm? I can't put that in yet. Ah yes, we need to put in the... I always forget these things, you can't see them, that's why. Front springs. Every time. Fron. I don't know why I put that in instead of spring. So there's the spring. You probably need the shock absorber and the cap as well, to be fair. Front shock absorber. Just like the caps as well. Pretty certain you need them. I'm not holding the button down long enough, as the Bishop said to the actress, right? So, and then the cap, yes, we did need that, good. Pop round the other side, so we've got one of these, we don't have the, what was it, front wheel hub. Okay, front wheel, oh it should be on here, shouldn't it? Front wheel hub. Yeah, lovely. Okay, we've got some rubber that we can squidge in these holes. Nope, don't have the exhaust yet, don't click on that. Right, lower suspension arm. And then we've got, oh, come on nuts. We've got the spring and the shock. And the little hat, keep his head out of the sun. And your tie rods for the lads. Right, so we've got Swainer for link A. 2 of them little popples. Screw them on. Yeah, they almost meet up with the sway bar. Nearly. There we go. Alright, so that's good. What about a flywheel? We've got one of them? Nope. Let's do that now. Gearboxing. One wheel that flies. Pressure. The clutch plate's often there, but the pressure plate probably isn't now, and the clutch release bearing is something you have to buy. Oh, don't forget to bolt it in. There we are. And then the gearbox itself, lovely jubbly. Relatively pricey parts. That's all done. Oh yeah, starter motor. I can't put that on here, can I? Have to do it in the engine bay for some reason. Oil filter, I4. So, oil filter, I4. Lovely. Alright, engine bits. No, we have to drop it for that. So what about the exhaust then? Front section, I4 sock, and a catalytic converter. Front section, I4 sock, and a catalytic converter. What we've got here, middle muff, and then rear muff V8 of. So rear muff V8 of, and a middle muff. Alright, that should be all of that sorted. What about the rear end suspension? So coil spring, rear drive axle. Coil, surely. Nothing much else has got coil in it. Ignition coils and stuff, but you know. They're fairly easy to differentiate. Oh, none of them. So we need 2 solid rear drive axles. So, solid. I might need some of those other things that might need bushes. I think they need a bush each. Do we have any? We do have both of those, so 2 more rubber bushings required. Rub. So, rubber bushing there. Oh, drive shaft. Let's pop that in. We've got it. That's nice. Right. continue around the rear, so to speak. So we've got to put on shock absorber Bs. Absorber Bs. Shock absorber Bs. Probably need Ds as well. Okay, shock absorber. Spring cap. Rear spring. Rear spring. And then the shock absorber caps. Yeah, that's lovely jubbly. Oh, we need the leaf spring plates. I've got a spare one of those that we didn't need. That's always good to have spares that you don't need. Shame we haven't got spares of these bloody U-bolts. Whatevs. Right, so over to the other side. Oh, don't buy two springs then. Good work. Cap and the shock absorber. And okay, so we've got our knuckle housing and our axle. Control arm with its rubber bits. And then it has some leaf spring plates. So we need a leaf spring. Oh no, we've got that. Don't need the U-bolts. U-bolt. So how's that pronounced? It U-dash. Yeah. Two of those. Whoop. Call the police. Oh, come on. There we go. Recalcitrant nuts. Alright, so we've got everything on the rear drive. Nice. Okay. Let's buy a fuel tank. Fuel tank. And let's see if we need a pump. Yeah, we've got one of those. That's the rear end done. So we need to drop the front and start fiddling with the engine, the exhaust. I've done that. Can we sit in the back? No. Not that I want to, just looked a bit naff and I wanted to take the piss out of it. Right, okay, so we need to replace these pistons avec conrods. So, conro. 1, 2, 3, 4. And and then the engine head, good, we've got that. Self-tapping bolts. Amazing discovery, that self-tapping bolt ability. Camshaft, nope. Let's buy one of those. So, cams. I4, I guess. I4 sock. Oh yeah, that's got lots of these little camshaft caps, of which I have 0. Camshaft caps. 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be 4, might be 5. Yeah, 1. Each of them bolted in twice. Let's make sure it never comes out. So we don't need the other one, do we? Let's not bother putting it in. It'll be fine. Save us $35 and labour. Because look. Alright, we don't have that either. Engine head cover, no specific name. Engine cover. Okay. Apparently engine cover doesn't... What? Oh, it's an engine head cover, isn't it? There it is. No particular nomenclature for that. So, the bolts light up in a sort of random order. If you're ever ready for one of the bolts, it never seems to be that one that comes up first. Discuss. No, don't discuss. It's not very interesting. Right, okay, so then there's the DI thing to put on here. Or MPI in this case. And the throttle, we saw that brake. I remember that. So, throttle I4. Alright. So we've got the timing parts. That was just a normal cam gear I4 sock. So that'll be a chain timing belt I4 sock, probably a belt tensioner as well. Timing belt I4 sock. Yeah. Belt tensioner. Oh, you mother fudging key button pressing fingers. Belt tensioner. Damn you fingers. Timing cover, yeah, I don't have to screw that on. Crankshaft pulley, no. Idle roller, no. So, idle roller, A. What was the other thing I needed? Crankshaft pulley or something. Something like that. Some sort of pulley system thing. Be an I4 one, won't it? Yeah, of course it will. And a water pump pulley. Might be an I4 one. I know we've already got that, maybe. I don't know. Pfft. Let's not buy it. We might not need it. That's belt time, I assume. So we need I4 sock belts. I4 sock serpentine belt. Is it just the one, maybe? Ah, and it goes with the serpentine belt A. I see. There's not another I4 sock one. Serpentine A. Alright, so that's the timing bits done. From top to bottom, so we've got some of the manifolds to put on. So that's just that's an I4 sock manifold. I4 sock manifold. So right at the top, look. Just keep scrolling down. Right, okay, we need spark plugs and a fuel filter. Oh, we need to put on the starter motor. Spark plugs, yes. Plug. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then some ignition wires, I guess. Ah, which reminds me, we need the ignition coil on the front. I4 stock ignition coil. Which has a back button that works, so you can go back to your previous search. That'd be nice as well. Sock. What am I looking for? Ignition wires and coil. Need them both. So, screw the little ignition coil on, and then attach wires. Good. There's that fuel filter I was talking about. Fuel. Alright, so that, I think, is all the engine and all the rear suspension done. So I think we're just looking at the front suspension now, plus anything I've forgotten, obviously. So, we're going to need brakes. 2 of those, 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Let's see how we go with the rest. Oh, hang on, we need wheel hub caps as well, look. And 2 more calipers. So let's do that now. So 2 more calipers, and then running gear down the bottom is wheel hub caps. And classic. Oh, hang on, is that the right wheel? Oh, interesting. Oh no, I thought it was another 13. So we've got 2 of these 13s. So we have to buy a couple more. What a strange reflection. Ah, I wonder what that's from. So wheel hub and then brakes. Oh, that's right. Put the brakes on properly, otherwise they'll just fall off, and that is not what you want. Alright, and then the rear end. So these will require some different brake discs, normals. And a couple more rim 13s. No, rim classic 13s, of course. Get the right ones. Rim classic 13. Rim classic 13. Lovely jubbly. It comes with 3 incorrect reflections. There's no extra cost for that. There we go. One brake system. Bolt that on. Stick on a wheel, and that is almost the job done. So there's a couple more things we have to do. Do you remember what they are? Well, first let's check to see we've got all the parts. No, we're missing an oil pan, which is related to the other thing that I was thinking that we needed to do, which is to put some oil in. Of course, if I tried to put the oil in before putting the oil pan on, we've had the amusing message that, you know, you can't do that yet, you fool. Okay, so we need an I4 oil pan. Not from that shop. Pan. I4. Okay, bolt that strangely reflective thing in. Bring it back down. And then we plop some oil in. Ploppity plop. Lovely. Okay. And that is job done. And the body condition is low because it hasn't got all its parts. So we need a rear left door. So remind ourselves what it is. It's a Kieran. So left rear door, box of the body shop, Kieran, left rear door. Alright, and then we've got left and right tail lights. Tail lights. And what else? Oh yes, look. Front right headlight and front bumper. So front right headlight as opposed to rear right headlight and front bumper. Alright. So that now is almost 100%. Now it's not quite 100% because of the rust on the rest of it. So if we look at the value, look, 38 grand. Spend 1450 on doing that. And that's worth another 12 odd grand. So there we go, and you can see all the rusty bits have gone around the non-replaceable parts, and that's that done. So there we are, there's the Kieran fixed and ready to go, be sold on to its proud new owner for $50,000. Well, he wouldn't spend 50 on that, would you? Anyway, someone will. Instantly. Now we've got 112 Grandulix. Right, so next on our list might well be to do the Flammo, or to perhaps go back to the purchasing place and see if we can buy anything that we don't already own, ready to be done up and stored. The excitement mounts. Yeah, no, it does. If I tell you it does, then you'll think it does. So yeah, the excitement mounts. The excitement mounts. Another sterling sign-off.